Aloha Aries, and welcome to your tarot reading for the week of August 10th through the 17th. Before we dive into your reading, if you would like to get a personal reading with me, you can go to themagicsiren.com. There is a fresh promo code for the month of August. All the information is down in the description box below. The link for our Patreon is also down there. I post almost every day, so come join us, hang out, it's a good time. And you'll also see the link to our weekly podcast, The Siren Circle. Every Sunday we dive deep into a new topic, so I hope to see you there this week in the circle. With that being said, let's go ahead and dive into your reading for the week of August 10th through the 17th. We are going to start with the overall theme or vibe for the week. We will move into any potential obstacles or challenges. Then we will shuffle to see how we can overcome those challenges. Then we'll get any extra messages that Universe and Spirit have for you for this week. Everyone seemed to love the affirmations for the August overall reading, so we will be pulling an affirmation card for this week as well at the end of the video, so make sure you stay until the end so you can get your affirmation for this week. Okay, let's go ahead and dive into it. We have our love oracles, we have our general oracles. Let's go ahead and see what's coming in terms of love, emotions, and relationships this week for all of you Aries friends. You want to make sure that you are watching your sun, moon, and rising signs to get a full overview on what's to come this week, August 10th through the 17th. Let's go ahead and see what we have. We have forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moment. This card is definitely that sort of energy of going down our path of healing in general. It's like healing from things that maybe didn't go the way we thought they would, healing from things that were emotionally difficult, maybe even healing from previous relationships or experiences that we still maybe carry a little bit of that heaviness or burden from. This is going to be a week of healing on an emotional level for all of you Aries. I want to go ahead and see what messages are going to be added with the general oracles, because this card, the forgiving and learning card, is really just all about healing. One thing that I do want to mention about the forgiving and learning card is that we don't necessarily need to always forgive other people. I am a big believer that not everyone deserves your forgiveness, but I think we all deserve to forgive ourselves for maybe carrying some of that heaviness or the burden that we were talking about from those situations. So, if anything, make sure this week you are forgiving yourself for potentially carrying the energy, the weight, or the burdens of things of the past. Then we have the protected card. You are safe and protected while you change your career. Now, this could be a career change for some of you. If some of you have been considering moving into a different type of job industry, again, a different career, this might be that little thumbs up like, yes, you're on the right path. Let's go ahead and start thinking about a different career, and just know that you are being protected energetically while doing so. But this card also just represents protection in general, making different life changes and choices. When we talk about protection, it is protection from universe, from spirit, your ancestors, your guardian angels, but then also having that sort of support team around you as well in real life, whether it's your community, your friends, your family, your coworkers. You do have this sort of protection around you at this time, so make use of it this week. If there is some changes that you've been wanting to make, or some different things that you've just been wanting to kind of shift in your life, this is a really good week to do so, because not only are you energetically protected, but you're also going through a period of emotional healing and releasing maybe some of the heaviness that you've been carrying for however long you may have been carrying it for. Now let's go ahead and bring in the tarot cards and see what tarot has to add for this week, the overall theme or vibe. Again, this is for August 10th through the 17th, and we're going to ask Universe and Spirit to bring forth some messages for the overall vibe and theme. We have the Magician coming out. Wonderful energy. After everything we just said with, kind of forgiving yourself, healing, knowing that you're protected through some changes this week, and then having the Magician come out is really nice, because any sort of opportunities that you want to create for yourself, any new businesses that you've been trying to build, anything that you've been wanting to start, or seeds that you've been wanting to plant, this week you actually have the tools available to you to make it happen. The Magician is the manifester in the tarot deck. So he knows how to manifest, and he knows how to make his seeds grow very quickly and strong. The thing about the Magician here is that he has all of the tools and experience and knowledge to make whatever he wants become a reality. So use that energy to your advantage this week. All those things that you are, healing from, the forgiveness of yourself, you have gained some really valuable wisdom and lessons along the way that make you a wonderful manifester this week. Having that energetic protection around you, again, makes you a wonderful manifester this week. Now, one thing we do also want to mention about the Magician is that he's holding up that magic wand. That magic wand is not a Harry Potter wand, so you can't just wave your wand and everything happens magically. Our intentions do have to match our actions, right? So if you are planting new seeds for a new job, we plant those seeds and then we beef up our resume. We send it out to multiple different people. That seed that you planted will open the door for the new job, but you also have to be willing to walk up to the door and then through it, right? So make sure that your actions are meeting your intentions this week. Let's go ahead and see any potential obstacles or challenges for the week. Any potential obstacle or challenge for Aries this week. We're asking universe and spirit for any potential obstacle or challenge this week. Nothing flying out too quickly, which I kind of like, to be honest. We have the Death card. This is big personal transformation, allowing things to kind of die out in order for new things to grow. I think this is very fitting. I think honestly this entire week is closing one door to your life and getting ready to open up a new one. And more than likely this new one is going to be more in alignment with who you truly are now, especially from that forgiving and learning card. It's like you are going through this emotional healing. You're going through this time where we're kind of releasing the heaviness and the burdens of the things of the past and being in that space of, again, manifester, and then having the Death card as the challenge. It's like, allow yourself to go through this transformation. Allow yourself to close out this cycle, to close out this season in your life, because the Death card comes in and says, if you're willing to kind of leave all of these old versions of yourself and seasons and relationships and chapters in the past, I will take you to your place of growth, to your place of promised land, to that place of happiness and victory. But you have to be willing to shed away the old in order for us to go into the new. And with that being the potential challenge or obstacle this week, Aries, it's essentially saying don't be afraid to go through the transformation. Don't be afraid to say, you know what? I am kind of done with this way of thinking or this relationship or this old situation that I'm still carrying the heaviness from. Release that, shed that this week. Try your best not to block your blessings, because we might have a fear of the unknown, or we just have a fear of letting go of what we know and is comfortable. Let's go ahead and see how we're going to overcome the potential obstacle or challenge this week. Kind of curious to see Seven of Pentacles in reversal. When we see the Seven of Pentacles in the upright, it's that energy of like taking a step back and enjoying the fruits of your labor. When we see a reversal, it just represents something that's already happened, or again, challenge or obstacle preventing us from seeing it in the upright. With this being the solution to, the transformation as the potential challenge this week, there is this sort of energy of saying, take a moment and reflect on everything that you have accomplished thus far. When we see the Seven of Pentacles in the upright and it's like, now is the time to enjoy the fruits of your labor. I think there's already been moments in your past where it's like you allowed yourself to release, you allowed yourself to go through transformation, you were able to close doors and end seasons and go into new chapters, and you were able to, again, plant new seeds and enjoy the fruits of that labor. Allow yourself to know that this season is not the last season in your life. This current chapter that you're closing, you've already gotten all the fruits that you can from it. You've already gained all the experiences that are there for you. So let's allow ourselves to close that out and get ready to plant a whole new garden where we're going to find more fruits of all of that labor and courage and wisdom that we're pouring into our life, okay? So this being the solution is saying reflect on the things that you've already accomplished. Reflect on how far you've already come, especially from the things that maybe hurt you in the past, and allow yourself to say, okay, you know what, I did accomplish a lot in my life already. Like, I've come so far. I shouldn't be afraid to go through this transformation. I have all this power behind me right now to really manifest the life I desire. So let me go ahead and do that and know that I am protected energetically doing so this week. Let's go ahead and get any extra messages that universe and spirit might have for you this week, Aries. This is a really great and empowering reading. I love it. If you missed your August overview, definitely check that out as well. We have the Page of Swords, curiosity when it comes to new ideas, conversations, networking. All the page cards are very much an energy of curiosity. So there is this sort of, tap on the shoulder this week of saying, like, don't be afraid to be curious. The sword suit is the suit about ideas, communications, analytics, logics, that sort of vibe, that sort of airy energy. And so for those of you that have had some new ideas or you're getting some fresh ideas this week, don't be afraid to explore those. Explore new ideas because, again, having that energy of the magician on your side this week as your overall theme really says that any idea you have, you can really make it a reality. So if there is something here that maybe you've always wanted to try, maybe there's something you're scrolling on social media and you're like, I think I would be really good at that, allow yourself to maybe explore that idea or that avenue. Also, too, with the Page of Swords, there is an energy of not being afraid to maybe open up and start a conversation and network with other people. Maybe even saying hi and making a new friend. Sometimes that could feel a little bit daunting, but this card says that you will be, it will be reciprocated well, okay? Let's go ahead and get your affirmation for the week. Since so many people did like the affirmation for August, I think we're gonna keep them in our videos for a little while. So let's go ahead and get an affirmation for this week, August 10th through the 17th. This is an affirmation you can use over this 7-day period. Let's go ahead and see what we have. Affirmation for Aries. We have, what I seek is seeking me. This is great energy. This is that energy of, or the affirmation of saying, like, what I want in life also wants me. So again, magician energy, right? You're the manifestor this week. Whatever you want, you can make it happen. This is going to be the week to make the space in your life and plant the seed. So use this affirmation every day this week, whether you do it in the beginning of the day or at the end of the day or throughout the day. Look at yourself in the mirror, look yourself in the eye and say, what I seek is seeking me, and believe it, and know that your spirit team and your universe are not only protecting you, but they're also trying to send your blessings into your life. Allow yourself to go through that transformation, really release the old, allow yourself to put down the heaviness, the burdens. Again, forgive yourself for even carrying it this long. Don't be afraid to explore and be curious about the new ideas that you do have in your mind, because all of those ideas and those passions and the things that you have, explored in the past, they came with a lot of rewards. So take a moment and reflect on how much you've accomplished thus far in your life. And remember that you are the manifestor, you are the magician, and you have everything you need to plant seeds this week and start really growing the life that you really desire and that you deserve. Really great messages for you across the board here. If you are still watching this video and you have not liked it yet, consider liking this video, consider subscribing to the channel. We love making new friends here. Join our Ohana, join us. We just absolutely love it. And like I mentioned earlier, if you would like to get a personal reading with me, you can find all that information down in the description box below. Other than that, I'm going to let you get back to your day. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I will see you again next week. Aloha.